Anyway, I'm really happy to be with all of you. And so when you asked me to talk tonight for a few minutes, and I think probably I need to restrict it to about 5 minutes, I immediately thought about this time of year. It's a time of celebration, of coming together with family and friends, of feasting, of exchanging gifts. And when we remember to Christians, remember the birth of baby Jesus. And I suddenly thought that midwives bring countless gifts to our world. And these gifts are the most important gifts that you can give. They're going to be felt through the whole of the lives of women, their babies, the other parent and family, and they're going to ripple down through the generations and into communities and society. And I have to say, thinking about what Jenny's talking about, the world has never needed the gift of midwifery more. Mm. And Dianne, I noticed on your slide from ICM, gentle birth heals Mother Earth. And one of the gifts that midwives bring to women and their babies and their families and the whole of life is to support that growth of love. And you know that Michelle O'Don talks about the importance of the physiology to the growth of love and attachment and commitment. And he also talks about love of our Mother Earth and the birth, the good birth of a baby, the woman's experience, and helping the mother, the woman, become a competent, capable, loving mother is absolutely critical to the future and is associated with altruism, caring about others, future relationships, and so on. So these gifts that you give as midwives are countless, and they are so powerful. They'll result in a better start in life. They'll contribute to health, well-being, positive experience, loving relationships, greater confidence and competence in parenting. They'll make possible joy, ecstasy, pride, and determination to protect and support the vulnerable newborn, the most vulnerable of being of our planet. And where there's ill health, trauma, or death, then your gifts will be to give compassion and seek justice. The first of these gifts I'm going to give is to remember that this is a critical and sensitive time. It's a time that can never be recaptured. You influence the story of this birth, the birth of the woman as mother, the baby coming into existence in the outside world, the beginning of a life full of potential and possibility, the memories. This baby will never be born again. This woman will never give birth to this baby again. It can't be recaptured. And perhaps we need to remember the words of Yeats in the poem, He Wishes for the Cloths of Heaven. Tread softly, for you tread on my dreams. The second gift that I've talked about already is that of loving relationship, the reciprocal relationship between the midwife and the woman or women she's caring for, and the ability of the midwife to be sensitive to the woman's needs, to her wishes, dreams, her fears, her background, where she comes from, and so on, to be sensitive to the woman's needs in the way that the woman will need to be sensitive to the baby that she is going to care for into adulthood. And this is the most critical foundation in life. So when you actually help support the woman, you help support the love and commitment, the attachment, particularly between the woman and her baby, that is critical to long-term health. Without that foundation, the start to life will be spoiled. So we have incredible power. This is the first love relationship, and the baby held in the arms of its mother or parent will know the first love embrace, the first love gaze as their eyes meet. You gift knowledge and understanding, and Anna has talked about this so eloquently, and all of you here provide that knowledge. Not only the professional knowledge, but also a knowledge about the woman and her family, the community in which she lives, her wishes and dreams and fears. I've talked about that. The gift of skills, so many of them. Not only the technical skills that are so important in reducing morbidity, mortality, leading to health and well-being, but the skills of communication, good judgment, critical thinking, listening and reflecting. This knowledge and your skills will actually give a great gift going forward to the future health and well-being of the whole family and the baby. The gift of listening actively, compassionately, even in the most hurried and hectic of situations, is vital. The gift of compassion, so you may understand and stand with the woman and her family on their journey into this new life. These are some of the gifts you give of head, heart, and hands of midwives. They will make life and our world so much better, and I want you to remember that. And just very briefly, what are my wishes for those who support and sometimes control us midwives? Courageous and compassionate leadership, the ability to tackle and not set aside some of the problems facing us, including the science underlying much of our practice, which is seen as being contentious. Above all, my wishes for services that allow us to do our work well, enough resources and capacity, systems, structures and culture, support for the well-being of midwives, support for growth and development of ourselves and our profession, and respectful relationships between staff. I could go on with the wish list, but what I want to say is, as we think about Christmas coming up and the meaning of it, the work that you do is of the most profound meaning, being there with the woman as she brings new life into the world, the start of life for this baby. And please keep remembering just how important what you do is. I know that life can be very difficult at the moment, but keep hanging on to that. And perhaps the best gift of all is to retain your enthusiasm and your love of midwifery and an understanding of the influence of it. Thank you.